Okay, before we start, let me quickly explain the game. There are two main bases, one for the humans and one for the aliens, aka the Covenant. As the general for the humans, I am developing my base by building supply pads to gain supplies, to build and buy more things, reactors that help me gain power to build more powerful resources, and buildings, such as barracks, that help me build units which I can then send into battle to explore the map and destroy other units or bases. In the meantime, the Covenant will do the same, and if they do it better, it can look like this. I don't know, I'm shutting down, it's too much, I thought I built an army and I failed immediately. That was my first try, and without further ado, here's my second ever attempt on the hardest difficulty. Okay guys, hopefully my tutorial was helpful because I'm gonna have to move really fast because I just did a run on the hardest difficulty for the first time, and well, as I expected, it was really tough. So my strategy outright is going to be simple. I'm going to build up as much resources as fast as I can so then I can start building soldiers and expanding as fast as I can. Supply pads are going to be my blessing for now, and then what's going to happen next is I'm going to build a reactor, which is going to allow me to build even more meaningful units. So yeah, let's just wait on that. So now I'm building my reactor, I'm building a barracks, and then once I have the reactor properly upgraded, I'm going to build upgrades for my supply pads. So you can upgrade each building, I think, just once, which is good enough for me because really I just need the ability to get resources faster and faster as things keep progressing. Time is just passing where I just can't upgrade my supply pads yet because I'm waiting on this reactor. Should have been one of the first things I did, which is fine. And so now you can see that this is their recon unit on the alien side, or the Covenant. That is my enemy. Anyone who is purple is my enemy. But there are also rebel units who are probably occupying this space right here. And so my priority is going to be to anticipate those as much as possible. I mean, to get them out of the map as fast as possible, to give me more territory, to allow me to expand more, to create more resources. While all that's working, I'm going to next upgrade my Marines, but I need to move fast because right now I don't have any soldiers, which means that they can easily ambush me while I'm, vulnerable. And the bad thing about the humans as opposed to the aliens is that the aliens actually start with a pretty powerful super unit that's going to protect their other units. I'm almost ready to start adding in soldiers. I just added my first unit, and as you can see, my resources are coming in really fast, but I can't really move, and that's a really bad thing because in that time the other units, the enemy could be accruing their own army or building their own units that are going to give me their own army, or just expanding around the map, making them move faster than me. So I'm really trying not to let that be the case, but I also have to build this army, and I can't really do anything without that first. And as you can see, I left an open space here because I want to build an air pad, and the air pad is going to allow me to build jets and planes, which are also going to protect me. And that's actually the next thing I'll do because I think they're going to be pretty useful up front. And in the meantime, 2 more Marines coming in, and I also brought in a Spartan, if you didn't realize that. And a Spartan is basically just a super soldier. I didn't play Halo that much, so I don't really know their backstory, but I know that they're kind of like a super soldier on the human side, which is good. And I want, and they're preparing to assault this base. Yeah, you see, that's dangerous. And so I want those guys up and ready fast, those super soldiers, because they're actually able to take over vehicles, which can be a problem for me as well. Okay, so now all my supply pads are up and ready.
The enemy has deployed the elite honor guard.
Oh god. Okay. We need to be ready for an attack. I'm actually gonna move them out of the front of the base because I don't want them to be the first contact. I actually want them to be ready for me to to protect. So that, and then I'm gonna bring in 2 planes to support, and then just waiting for to see what the aliens move while I continue to just build my army. And that is like a high priority, to just have a fully prepared army. And so as you can see, they attacked, and so what I'm gonna do is RPG their super unit here, which has like shield and all this nonsense that's pretty much making him kind of a problem. And so we're gonna add 2 more jets to the squad. And then I think in the meantime, while I was distracted, they were able to kill their main unit. So I'm calling my units back to the base to protect themselves, really, while I now start calling in more Marines to kind of populate the map a little bit. And so as you can see, there's a lot of units on their side, and that's not great, honestly, but if I retreat back to the base a little bit here, build a turret in the back, hopefully I can protect myself. Okay, so their super unit is back alive. That's really bad, actually. But we do have a decent amount of units doing a decent amount of work. And we want to attack this guys first here, so let's hopefully get some pressure on them while my army keeps building up right next to the fight. And that's kind of the goal here.
All units.
And so right now they are successfully putting pressure on these units as they keep coming in and pressuring me, and that's great because I want more jets on the move as well. And so even though they're like all over me right now, they're actually having a hard time keeping up with my base, which is already somewhat defended and has a decent amount of units just cycling through. I lost really a majority of my soldiers. I really only have my jets left, and now they're retreating, which is great. And so my next plan is to just get right back to business and build the rest of my army up. Now that I have some Hornets, I do have actually some pretty decent support. And so you can see that they're actually taking over parts of the map, but I can hopefully quickly counter once I get my backup. And so yeah, that huge laser beam is coming from this super unit, which is why he's the first thing I want to get rid of. Bringing in more and more units while he keeps pressuring me. And he's also able to teleport people in, which is also another problem. But thankfully, everyone is targeting him now. And that means he hopefully dies in 3, 2, 1. Okay, great. They haven't really been able to stop my ability to build resources, which means I can continue to just stomp out their soldiers here, and then in turn continue to build my own army against theirs. Now I'm gonna start building up my resources even more and hopefully get everyone together to now start pushing back and start gaining more control over the map. So I just need to upgrade my reactor, and I have to take over this space here if I want to, you know, be able to do more. And so they built they took over this base here, which is fine because now I can take it back. And so if they want to do that, the good news is that I can just keep pressuring them here, and they can't do anything about it. And so now all these resources they probably invested into this, it's going to ish because I'm just going to destroy it again. And so hopefully they put enough pressure on this base that I can like that I can start, you know, focusing on counter pressure. So as you can see, all these guys are here trying to protect, and I want them gone. I don't want any pressure on me. And so now my army is growing nice and big and strong and healthy. And then I'm just gonna keep building my army. It looks like they're starting to build theirs to counter attack, and so I want to protect. Meanwhile, I'm gonna start calling in more Hornets in, which is gonna allow me to now continue counterattacking. So that's the goal, is to just counterattack, and it's working. they're having a hard time protecting their units. I don't know what's hiding in the back over there. I am a little scared, but you know, we just have to put a lot of pressure on these buildings and make sure that they don't keep building up their army. And so as you can see, someone is getting lasered really bad, which is a really bad sign because that means they built up some really good resources. So I'm trying to move them around to avoid getting beat up too bad, while hopefully building up more enemy soldiers.
All units.
Now I'm gonna actually ask them to attack the units in the background, because my Spartans are actually really good at this stuff. So hopefully, as they keep pressuring me, I keep building up my Marines, and then I counterattack. Yeah, so my Spartan just took over one of their machines. I'm losing a lot of units fast, but it's okay because I'm also building a lot of units fast. And hopefully that allows me to make a better counterattack. Actually, I'm gonna retreat because they're actually giving me a really hard time up there. And that's okay, because what I'm gonna do is just allow them to take whatever they took while I continue to build up my resources. Okay, and now I am building more Marines. I want to get to that magical number 30, but it's really hard because I also can't wait too long or they're gonna punish me for that.
All units.
And they just destroyed one. They stay back, hopefully, and then we just keep, you know, waiting like that. I want to build a Spartan because it's gonna allow me to steal more resources from them, and I'm gonna stay back because these guys are gonna laser me, a question or not. So now I want them to attack over here, actually over here, because this guy is the problem.
Turret complete.
Yeah, and then in the meantime just building up more Marines, and then hopefully they can take out this main guy here who's giving me all the problems. But this is really not looking good again. Doing my best, guys. I am doing my best. I should have moved faster. I see that now. Okay, there is one weapon I have hiding in my back pocket, but it's not looking good, guys. It's really not. I'm so overwhelmed. I tried. I genuinely tried. Did you see how much I tried? Look at this. Bam. And instead of dying, he just regenerated. What is that? And now he can just teleport more units. Clearly, I played too safe. And next time, if there is a next time, things will go better. I'll see you around. Bye bye.